Well, trade fairs also weighing in on stocks today. This is President Trump threatening to stop NAFTA if Mexico doesn't do more to stop the heavy flow of immigrants into the United States. The former U.S. Border Patrol Deputy Chief Ronald Colburn on if Mexico should be doing more. Ronald, what can Mexico do? Because it feels like they're not doing a lot right now.
Thank you, Charles. Interestingly, and many Americans don't realize this, that the last couple of years, Mexico deported more Central Americans than the United States due to changes in policy and executive orders by the previous administration, sadly. So Mexico could do a lot more. The large group of persons that are being followed by the press and media through Mexico now from Central America to confront themselves at the border with the United States is purely political. Mexico could arrest and deport them should they choose, but it has become another political football, one might say.
You know, I mean,
very much like the wall.
Ronald, you look at the map, you see the construction of Central America into Mexico. We know that Mexico has more stringent immigration rules than we have, but we've also seen these trails with clothes and dirt and debris, and we've seen these trains with people on top of the train, person on top of person, and it seems like Mexico allows all of these folks from Central America to go right up to our border and then, I guess, dump them on us. Again, I hear perhaps they took a tougher stance, but there seems to be more that they can do on their southern border, their own southern border.
Absolutely. And speaking of the trash, the Department of Interior has estimated that illegal entrants coming into the United States and crossing through our pristine wildlands in the Southwest dump over 100 tons of trash every year in those pristine areas. Plus, they interfere with the protected wildlands, the wildlife, flora and fauna all by basically trampling it down as they cross. So that has historically been a big problem. Mexico could do a lot more. Mexico, the government of Mexico itself, as we all know, by varying degrees, deals with the organized crime cartels of Mexico as if they were partners. So there is a level of corruption there, very sophisticated corruption, that allows this to occur. They pick and choose their issues. They could strengthen their border. They have asked America, the United States of America, to assist them with that, but they pick and choose when and how and what they will put in their back pockets.
So, Ronald, we've got to wrap this up, but I appreciate what you just said. That's pretty powerful stuff, by the way, that you just made, the statement that you just made. And it makes me wonder if there's any hope ultimately then if Mexico's government is working more hand in hand with their own corrupt criminals than working with us to sort of have a peaceful border.
It takes a strengthened partnership, and the partnership with Mexico is certainly better now than it was 20, 30 years ago. But to make it a political statement and coordinating with the organizations, such cartels, right, such as Los Zetas and Gulf Cartel, they could choose. The cartels themselves could choose to stop, for instance.
We got to leave it there,
Ronald.
But that's again a very powerful statement. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.